Hello, you guys. This is Miss Felicia Inspire here. Today we are here doing another tutorial. Stay tuned for all the details on how you can achieve this look. First, I will begin by spraying my lace tint. And like I told y'all before, this is a new tint that I am using, and I will link all of the information for this in the detail box. So I did go in and spray this. And one thing I do like about this lace tint, you guys, like it's not really watery and it dries fast. Now I'm going to go ahead and begin clipping my cap. She's already been under the dryer and everything like that, so all I'm doing is trimming off any excess cap that I have. And to go ahead and seal down the edges so that it doesn't fray, I go in with my Got to Be Free spray and I kind of lay it down. This also puts a tacky layer on the cap and on the skin so that when you go in to lay down your concealer, it will stick a whole lot easier. So this is the cream foundation that I'm using on my cap, and you can get this from your beauty supply store as well, and it's only going to run you about $3 or $4. But I love this because, like I told you before, you will be getting 2 for 1 and you will be getting more for your money. And I am using this to lay down, the color of her skin tone, and this is going to help it blend better. When you are doing this, you're not going to want to use a color that's too light for her skin tone. You're going to go a little bit darker, but even though it appears that it is blending very, very well, but it's a little bit darker than her skin tone. And don't forget to go in and clean it up with your alcohol and remove all of the grease or any oils from the skin. And I am going ahead and apply my lace glue, and I will link the information to the lace glue that I am using in the detail box. And I do go and I use a wood stick to apply, simply because you can dispose of these and it's more sanitary when when you're going from client to client. You'll be able to dispose the wood sticks, and they're very, very cheap. You can get them off of Amazon. So you're going to apply as many layers as you need, and you're going to blow dry them until they are clear. After you've done that, you are going to begin laying down your lace closure, and I like to put it down in the middle, and then I like to pull it a little bit tight on each side. So I've already laid down one side, then I move to the next. When you do this, kind of press down a little bit hard, like in the middle. I'm actually holding it down so that I can pull it, so that you don't have to worry about it lifting on the other side. So I'm combing it out, just combing it back just to see where I've laid down the lace closure. And this is what I do. I use my comb to do this. Okay, now I'm going to begin sewing down this lace closure, and I like to start at the back of the closure and work my way forward. So when you do this, this is like any other thing that you would sew. All you're going to do is just sew around the edges of it. But I do find it easier to start at the back of the closure and work my way from side to side. And this is going to help you keep that closure nice and flat, and you won't have to worry about it buckling. Now I am almost done sewing the closure down. So once I sew down the other side, all I did was take my thread and pick up where I started and work my way around the other side of the lace closure. Okay, so all you're going to do from here is just pin that lace closure up and get all of the hair out of the way, because you will now begin laying down your tracks. And I am going to be wrapping her hair with my black wrapping paper, and this is also going to be a barrier to protect her hair as well. And I did go in and cut the edges of the cap off so that it doesn't roll up, and it's going to be out of the way when you begin tracking. For this quick weave, I will be using Empire 2 packs of 14-inch. You don't necessarily have to use 2 packs of 14-inch for the length that she's getting. She didn't know which length to get, so in all actuality, you really don't have to use but like 2 packs of 12-inch, and depending on how long you want it, you can get a 12-inch and a 10-inch, but I am using Empire brand to achieve this look. So to begin tracking, All you're going to do is go from side to side, side to side. Nothing really special, nothing really fancy. So I'm going to speed up this video just to kind of show you the motion that I'm going through. And it's pretty easy and easy to follow, okay? And if you are enjoying this content, please make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get all of my notifications first. Now that I am done tracking the hair, I'm going to cut the lace closure in the middle, and this gives me more control when I am cutting the lace off. I will be using my eyebrow arch just to cut the lace off, and you will, get a zigzag, but not like a literal zigzag, but it won't be cut straight across so that the lace will be detected. And take your time with this because you don't want to cut anyone, okay? So right here, I will begin sectioning out my baby hairs. And you don't have to do a lot. You don't have to be doing too much, okay? But you're going to take out just enough how you like it. And if you don't want any, you don't have to have any either. But I'm going to be using my razor just to cut the baby hairs. And this is going to taper the ends. And you are going to section out your middle part. And I'm gonna tell y'all, like, I be getting so nervous when I be doing people middle part because, like, it just be everybody head is just not the same, and you want it to be as straight as possible. Now you are ready to begin tweezing the part, and all you're going to do is take your time and tweeze out any hairs that is in this area, and don't pluck too hard because you will put a hole in the lace. So take your time and tweeze out all of the hairs. You want it to be clean and you want it to be straight. Now I will be using my all-time favorite Aunt Jackie's Frizz Patrol, and y'all know I'm gonna leave all of that information for y'all in the detail box. But you are going to use your foam wrapping lotion to tame and mold down the hair where you want it to lay. And like I tell you any other time, don't be taking all day to do this, okay? Like just go ahead and whip, whip, whip and get it on out of the way because you don't want to be taking all day doing this because your lace will lift, okay? So just take your time and get it done swiftly. Mold down your baby hairs how you want them to lay and go ahead and put your client under the dryer. And I did wanted to show you guys this process because the styling is very, very important and it is essential when you are doing your style. So use your foam wrap lotion to mold down the hair the way you need it. And don't worry if you see any lace or anything like that because you will have the opportunity to go back and, you know, correct that whenever your client comes out from under the dryer. Okay, so she is from under the dryer and she is all dry. And I am removing the black paper from her hair. And as you guys can see, she is molded down very, very nicely. I'm going to be using my Essations finishing spray to go ahead and, loosen that up. I did use a little bit more foam wrap lotion than expected, only because some of the hair was lifting up in the process. So I had to go back in. So all I'm doing is combing it out, loosening it up. You can use anything to loosen it up. Maybe like if you want to use bio silk, you can use that as well. So all I'm going to be doing is taking my hot comb iron. Wait, that sounds weird. Well, my hot comb. Yeah, I'm going to be using my hot comb to straighten out the roots of this hair. And the foam wrap lotion plays a big part in this in helping tame the frizz. So all you're going to do is go ahead and do all of the roots all the way around and get everything straightened out. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my bed head, hard head to seal down the hair. And this is going to help tame it down even more and lock everything in place. And I do this because like it helps it the style lasts longer too, but it also kind of makes it more look more sleek, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, just use your bed head, hard head, and I will link that information for you in the detail box. But go ahead and do that. But you can use any kind of holding spray to do this, but I love bed head, hard head because it doesn't turn white and it does the job. So remember, I did tell you you can go back and correct the lace. So I'm going behind myself and I'm using the concealer that I used in the beginning to kind of cover up the lace and detail my parting area. And this is what you're going to do. And this is going to help blend everything in. So I'm using my comb and my high beams to clean this part up. And now I am spraying it with my bedhead hardhead. And the only reason I had to go off camera to do it is because I had to stand directly in front of her to make sure that I had that part lined up correctly. So now I'm going to be doing a little bit of layers. Nothing too heavy, nothing too fancy here. All I'm doing is kind of thinning out the edges, well, the ends of the hair, because she did use 14-inch hair. And all I'm going to do is kind of thin that out, put a little bit of layers in it so that everything kind of flows when I go in to cut. And I do make sure that I do, give you guys all of the visual so that you guys can follow these tutorials. I appreciate you guys supporting. This is why I do this for you guys. So make sure that you like, comment, and share this video. So all I'm going to do now is begin flat ironing this hair. And this is not nothing fancy that I'm doing. All I'm doing is flat ironing it, not giving it a hard bump, but just kind of going through, giving it a tiny little bit of bump. You don't want it to look, all hard on the ends and all that. You want it to look nice and sexy. And you can kind of trim away any stray hairs or anything like that, anything that you miss. So all you're going to do is go section by section and flat iron the hair. And you are going to take your time and do this. Like I said, you want to make sure that it's neat. You want to make sure that it's sexy. And I will link all of the information to the supplies and the tools that I use for this. Yeah. So this is how she is looking. So now I am all finished flat ironing her hair. And this is how the back looks. Yeah, you see that little bump back there? That's the little layers that I put in. And she loves her hair. It's something simple, something classy, very, very easy. Again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye.